Hello and welcome to another edition of In Focus. I'm your host, Sharon Cardona. With me today is Mindy Strauss, a student at Cal State Fullerton. We're here to talk about the introduction to one of our school's newest clubs, Women in Animation. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and the role you play in WIA?
Hi, Sharon. I am a BFA major in entertainment, art, and animation. And I started Women in Animation it became official just this January.
Wow, cool. It's very new. That's amazing. So what is this club's mission exactly?
The mission is to provide resources, knowledge, and opportunities for students pursuing a career in the animation industry. And it could be any type of major. It doesn't have to be art or animation. It could be business or accounting. If someone wants a job in the animation industry, they're welcome to join our club. And it's not open just to women, even though the name says Women in Animation. It's open to everyone.
Wow, awesome. So why do you think we need women in animation?
Well, there's a huge disparity in the amount of women who work in creative roles in the animation industry. There's about 20 to 25% of women that hold creative jobs in animation, while the rest is held by men. So that's, 75 to 80%.
And so how many students, what would you say the percentage of students that are taking women animation? What's the room like? Is it full of women, men?
So, interestingly enough, more women are going to school for animation. The students are generally about 60% female and 40% male. So the disparity in employment is an even bigger deal in that case.
Wow, wow.
And this is the reason for the existence of the club. I know it would be hard to make employment in the industry reach 50-50, but if we could just nudge the needle a little bit, any amount helps, right?
Right. So, what are the steps WIA are taking to make the job market 50-50?
Well, in all honesty, I don't believe the industry will ever get to 50-50, but that is the goal, and awareness is key. I mean, if people don't know, nothing's going to change. So what we do is let people know. And we have speakers come, and we try to collaborate with other clubs and departments on campus just to spread the knowledge and to help women. For example, the Women's Center recently had a Cultivating Confidence workshop. So knowing that women need help with confidence, I promoted the Cultivating Confidence workshop with the Women's Center to not just our club members, but to other students in the art department. And I believe, anyone that needs help with that, it's good for them to know about it. There are so many resources here on campus that a lot of the students don't know about or don't know when and where to attend. So I'm trying to promote a lot of those and, like I said, collaborate with some departments. Like I had an event with Laura Neal from the Career Center where she gave tips on how to build a creative resume, and then she did resume reviews with other people from the Career Center for everyone who showed up, and I think that was really helpful.
Wow. So let's go back. We're focusing on confidence in women. What gave you the confidence, the strength to start this club?
I gotta say, it's probably because I'm older than most of the students here, and I've been in the workplace where women are treated differently than men, and I wish that when I was in my 20s, I had a woman mentor tell me like it's okay to stand up for yourself. And I just want to help young women at this school and anyone else who doesn't have that confidence within them yet, help encourage them to stand up for themselves and, do whatever I can. So
Yeah. So how did you get into animation?
Well, the jobs that I've had, I got a degree in graphic design, advertising design, and then I realized my favorite part of my job was when I would animate in Flash or do motion graphics in After Effects. So I decided to go back to school for animation. And since I was a kid, I always wanted to work in cartoons. So when I went back to school for animation, I was like, I don't want to do motion graphics anymore. I want to help make cartoons. So that's how I got into it. I mean, it's just my first love, probably, and it just makes me the happiest of anything that I've done.
Wow. So who do you look up to when it comes to your designs, your creativity?
So I would say probably the person I look up to now is La Reniger. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but she did silhouette style animation, and she was a pioneer with that. And not a lot of people know about her.
Wow. Yeah, it's interesting that we don't really think about women actually designing, if anything, because we don't hear so much about it. And also, the hashtag #MeToo movement actually sparked in the animation department, correct? So
Entertainment industry.
In entertainment industry. How did you feel with all that going on with the creator of, was it Loud Lab?
Loud House.
Loud House. How did you feel about that?
Well, when the Me Too movement started, I felt it's about effing time, that people found out about this, because it doesn't happen just in the entertainment industry. It happens everywhere. And it's time that people start realizing how prevalent it is and put a stop to it. John Lasseter from Pixar was a big offender, and I was waiting to see. It took a few months, it seemed, before he got fired, but I was really glad that he did. And he got rehired, sadly, but the company that he works for now has been denied being a sponsor for Lightbox Expo because they don't want the company he works for to be part of their expo because they hired a sexual predator.
Do you think because of that, it's been getting better in the industry of animation for women?
I think the sexual harassment aspect part is getting better since people are being fired. It seems almost immediately. Like you mentioned, Chris Savino, the creator of Loud House on Nickelodeon, he not only was fired, but he was also suspended from the Animation Guild. So, I mean, all of that is great steps towards progress. It's about time that people don't turn, their heads and look away when someone does something reprehensible, but instead that person suffers consequences for their bad behavior.
Right. And so since you have been experienced in that field where you felt like you're below and everyone's above you, but now you have the strength to really get out of there and say, hey, I have a voice, I'm a woman, I could do things just as you. I mean, what's like some personal advice you can give to women who are starting out in this industry?
Well, I haven't worked in the animation industry, but in the industries I have worked in, I think they're comparable. And the first thing I would say is know as a woman that you have to work 10 times harder than a man to be acknowledged for your good work, and know that you're not alone. And I'm trying to build a supportive community for artists at Cal State Fullerton so that people feel like they have someone to talk to when things are hard, or, you know, if something bad happens. And I would say also, don't be afraid to speak out and stand up for yourself. And all of us in Women in Animation at Cal State Fullerton have got your back.
Is there any events that we should know about that Women in Animation are doing?
This Saturday, Eric Perez and James Mosley II are coming to speak. It's called Postgrad Gets Real, making it in the animation industry. And Eric Perez is a production assistant at Disney, and he worked on Ralph Breaks the Internet and is now on Frozen 2. And James Mosley II is a production coordinator at Nickelodeon. And they both have a lot of information about their jobs working in production, but in addition to that, how to get work and how to keep working, and it will apply to all students looking for a career in animation.
So you have a good network of people just by a club that just started in January. I think you have a good guest coming in. So what do you see this club in a year or two?
Well, I'll be graduated, so
Awesome.
I mean, I hope it keeps going strong. Of course, if somehow we reach equality 50-50, there won't really be a need for women in animation any longer. I mean, that's the main mission for the international organization that we're affiliated with. But I think there will always be a need for a supportive network where women can talk to each other and feel like they're not alone in cases of inequality, in cases of sexual harassment. So even if more women are being hired in the industry, that kind of stuff I feel will still always happen, and we'll always need a network of support. It's really nice to see strong female roles come out in animation and live action also. I mean, so much live action has animation in it too, CG, right? So I'm happy about the progress that's happening there.
Well, there you have it. We definitely need more women in the industry. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you again, Mindy, for giving the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm Sharon Cardona, and thank you for watching another episode of In Focus.